Hello, Super Life Secret Codes members and future leaders. How are you? Please sit down. Today in the Taipei classroom, I see that there are so many future leaders. You guys are the VIPs for today. Are you guys happy? Raise your hand if you are happy. All right. Lower your hands. The reason why we are having this workshop today is because you guys are the future leaders, and no matter how old you are creating the future. A long time ago, while I was traveling around the world, I met many young people. They asked me to sign autographs for my books. I connected with many of them back then. It has been years now. They have grown up and had good academic performances and great careers. After they graduated, I realized that the younger you can learn super life secret codes, the earlier you can become a self-learner and a self-initiator at your job. As for the parents, you will have an easier time working with your child. In the past few years, I have had very good connections with young people. We also have a few of these young people learning the Super Life Secret Code system with their parents. It seems that you young people have a very good connection with my teachings. I'm delighted and encouraged about this great connection. Yesterday, a member shared with me about another member from mainland China who heard her daughter saying, "I'm so grateful to my parents, and Master Son is an angel sent from the universe." I'm so happy about that. So that's why today we have this opportunity to get together for this global online workshop. We also have many people joining us from all over the world. This workshop is for kids, youth, college students, and adults. Today's teaching will help you regardless of your age. I see so many kids sitting in the Taipei classroom. I am guessing you guys are around 10 years old. Raise your hand if you're 10. Raise your hand if you're younger than 10. You guys look great. Please give them a round of applause, as these kids are wonderful. We have so many different audiences in all age groups, from kids to adults. Let's talk about when we were kids. We started learning to speak and explore life. Our parents wanted us to be good kids and work hard in life. When we go to school, we must listen to our teachers, do homework, and pass tests to convert all the teachings into knowledge. Learning becomes part of our growth and allows every child to shine. The goal is for us to become successful. Maybe some of you guys are a little bit naughty or wild. Maybe you're not good at controlling certain things in life. Maybe sometimes you don't get along with family members or do not follow what is told. Well, you must graduate from elementary school, then go to junior high school, and then college. When you are about to graduate from high school or college to start your career in the real world, maybe you will be a little bit anxious, not sure if you're going to be successful. However, in the Super Life Secret Code system, we teach you cause and effect. Every day you see different outputs. You evaluate your output and see if you have accomplishments, compliments, or recognitions from your teachers or parents. That is the output. After you start a career working in a company, you will start experiencing the real world, and soon you will see your strengths and weaknesses. However, if you don't experience the real world, you will not understand society. For example, a business owner should have enough revenue to keep the business running. So when you apply for a job, if you don't have a very good business mind and cannot contribute, the business owner won't hire you. To survive, you have to have good performance. When you start your career, you have to have social skills as well as your ability, and you have to be able to perform different tasks. If not, you may struggle with challenges and feel regretful for not learning more while you are at school. However, some of the regrets can still be corrected, and you can improve your skills by learning. For some people, maybe it's too late, or maybe they don't have time. That's why many people do not achieve what they want or what their parents expect. For example, people graduate from college in their 20s. If you are 5 years old right now, you have 15 more years before you can build up your skills to win the trophy and tackle all future challenges. That's the reason why you need to build yourself up and equip yourself. This is your objective when you go to school because you're going to accumulate skills year by year. One day when you graduate from school, you will start your career and begin contributing to society. However, if you talk to junior high school students about working hard, it is very difficult for them to imagine challenges because they don't understand what challenges they will be facing in life. they may think getting a passing grade is good enough. However, if you don't study hard and do well, you may miss out on things. One day at your future job, your manager may ask you some questions from school, but you forgot or did not learn them, and cannot answer your manager. Those simple questions are like tests. You failed and scored 0 points out of 100. You would be embarrassed because you failed in front of all your coworkers. So maybe if it's only one time, it would be easy to forget. But if you have many experiences like that, you will probably feel bad. So if I ask you, you probably will tell me, of course, I'm going to get everything correct if my manager asks me questions. Remember, whether you're in grade 1 or 2 all the way to grade 11 or 12, these are all interconnected, so what you learn in grade 1 is the foundation. You have to build upon this foundation. One day if your manager asks you a question, you will be ready and have the correct answer, because of your hard work throughout your school years, and you built up your capabilities and can perform well. Whether you are an elementary school student, junior high, or high school student, you will never know who is going to give you an opportunity one day. Maybe it's another student, a teacher, a professor, a manager, or parents. And maybe some random person may ask you a question. For example, one day, your girlfriend or boyfriend asks you something related to science, and it's so simple, but you don't know how to answer it. It is going to be embarrassing, and your girlfriend or boyfriend will question your ability. So all these skills and knowledge are important, and you should work on building as much knowledge as you can. You are all very lucky right now because your school provides you with a very good academic system. However, if you don't understand how important this is, you may not take it seriously. For example, every semester, you should learn everything to improve your knowledge. So one day, when you graduate, you need to buy a car, you go to the car dealership, and you need to negotiate with the salesperson. When you find a car you like, the salesperson explains to you the many options. However, if you don't have good math skills, and your mind is not very clear, the salesperson will take advantage of you. And if you sign the paper without a clear mind, you will think you got a good deal. But when you go home, you realize the deal is not very good. Is this possible? Yes. So if it is possible, you need to know that when dealing with a salesperson, having math skills is very important. Also, you need to calculate in your mind. If you can calculate faster than the salesperson, before the salesperson can even get to the total, you already have a number in your mind. Then you are ahead. You are leading instead of following. From a young age, if you can learn math well and make it your strength, you will always be ahead. Isn't this a good thing? When you understand this idea, you will look at math in an entirely different way. You will realize there are many subjects at school that are all very important. From there, you will have a completely different mindset about the tests compared to before. Whether it is English, biology, or history, they're all important. If you have the right understanding, you will want to learn even more. So why do you learn history? Because since ancient times till now, all history is recorded. If you look at it based on data, you will see that history repeats itself. By understanding data from every era or dynasty, you can see things more clearly. You can also apply this knowledge to your life because things will repeat. Once you have this understanding, you can turn it into your logic in life. You will learn from history and turn it into your life lessons. When facing your own life, you can deal with your situation much easier. Science is also very important. Your life is also related to science. How do you view your school curriculum? You must learn to apply everything to your daily life and integrate the lessons into your values and mindset, because knowing that all your learning is related to your life. Learning is your nutrition. With this mindset, you will try to learn as much as possible. Especially as a kid, you have a long life ahead of you and a lot to deal with. Many lessons will be presented and require you to answer. For example, science tells us that the sun rises from the east. When you see the sun, you know that it has a lot of power and is very positive and hopeful. In the future, when you are buying a house, you want to buy one facing the sun because you will get a lot of energy. Just based on this knowledge, you can utilize it to improve your life. All the lessons and the subjects from school are related to your daily life. For example, the food you eat daily is related to science, so the more you learn, the more knowledge becomes power. Knowing this, you should be more willing to learn instead of your parents nagging at you, asking you, "Have you learned? Have you studied? Have you done your homework?" Now you understand the importance of school and learning. When other students or classmates are chit-chatting, you should pay attention to your teachers. This generation is very advanced. It's an era of technology. Everybody is exposed to future technology, including cell phones and computers. They're all just tools. Nowadays, everyone is exposed to so much technology and forgets that humans require so much communication. Technology reduces human interaction, so maybe when you are a student, you think communication is not important. But you will see the difference when you go to the real world. Right now, all the people are creating the trend for the future. Technology is just one of the ways of communication. Now is the best time to establish your communication skill. If you understand this concept, your communication skill will be stronger than most people. School is very important. Success in life is what you learn from school. Is success 100% from school learning? Actually, based on the study, learning from school contributes only 15% to your future success, and the other things add up to 85%. Today you need to know about technology, like cell phones and computers, but do not get addicted to cell phones and computers. Because they will handicap your communication skill and can affect your promotion and success in the future, which will also affect your fortune and misfortune in life. All parents wish their kids to be successful, but a deficiency in communication will affect your career, achievements, and success. So do not get handicapped by technology. If you can develop excellent communication skills, this will help your future. You will be ahead of the rest of the people. What should you do now? Your classmates and friends all play with their cell phones and think that cell phone is everything, so there is very little communication with people, even at home. However, if you understand that communication is important, you will practice interacting with people and be very mindful of all the details. This will put you ahead of the game, and you will be more successful than others in the future. So right now, I hope you can grasp this concept and develop good interaction with your parents. Remember, don't just use your phone and rely on your phone or always stare at your phone. If you have no communication with your family members and don't learn or train yourself, how would you know how to act and what is required to succeed? It doesn't matter what age you are. You must remember that as long as Earth is still ongoing, humans must interact and communicate. We must have affection and connection. We're now looking at the modern world. We see that the world has become cold. You must understand that communication with your family and friends, even with your teachers, is important. Right now is your training time. One day when your boss is talking to you, should you smile? What kind of facial expression should you have? You must know that every facial expression is a result. Is it a positive or negative result for your boss? Will this affect your promotion? Everything is learning. If you don't take every opportunity to learn, how would you be experienced in interacting with your boss and co-workers to achieve a positive result? And to allow them to know that you are more capable and have more wisdom than others. You must remember that everything you do now is a stepping stone, paving the way for your future. Even as a young adult, you must know what is professional and what is amateur. It doesn't matter if you're in kindergarten or you are a young adult ready to go to the real world. Amateur is not professional, it is the opposite of professional. It's something that you know a little bit about. What is professional? It is something that you have a very high interest in, and you are very good at. For example, singers are professionals. Why are they professional? Because they have professional training. A record company trained them, or they trained themselves and got to a point or a level that they can be called a professional. That's why they are singers. The same idea applies to you if you want to be a professional. You have to have training. You learn to practice once, twice, or 100 times. You may become a beginner professional, but if you train yourself more, you can soon be a professional amongst professionals. If you listen to my words, you will work harder and take advantage of all of the training and practices, because in 10 years, you will be facing the real world. Everything you picked up in school will help you become a professional in many areas. Even by interacting with people, you can be a professional. Through your interaction, you learn when to talk and when not. That's a skill as well. You want to be kind so others can receive your kind words and emotions. This allows the other person to interact with you better. If you have excellent charisma, you will be popular, which can also lead to money. If you have a lot of good friends, when you need to do something, you will have many friends who can help or advise you. Wouldn't you become more successful with all the help? Where are these people? They are around you. Now you're young and have to know that you only have a few more years to train yourself, so learn and practice as much as you can. Practice is not difficult, because you can practice anytime, anywhere. But when you're in the real world, you give your boss the wrong answer. You fail once, there may not be a second chance. Your boss possibly will never come to you again. Isn't that a shame? Because at the time, you are not professional, and this creates a great failure. So when is the best time to learn? It's while you are learning at school. Whether you are learning one subject or more, learn all the subjects and train as much as possible to become a professional. Do not miss any opportunity. How do you know you're good? Through interacting, you will see how well you do. How do people respond to you when you meet them? How do your parents respond to you? You can evaluate your interaction with your parents, and at the same time, you have to give them the best attitude. If you don't know how to interact with your parents, one day, when you are at work dealing with new people, you will get upset and impatient easily, due to your poor interacting skill. What do you gain? You don't gain anything. You actually lose. You're the problem, and the problem is long-term. So everything you learn now, from school, is all of the proper learning and is very critical, because when time passes, you will not have another chance to go back. While you live at home, you interact with your parents give you advice and teach you about manners. You have to have a good attitude in the real world. If you have poor performance and communication skills, you will have many minus marks, and your future will be affected. We all love technology, cell phones, and computers. Everyone knows the founder of Google, Facebook, and Amazon. These people are big names. They were all nerds back then when they were at school. During their learning years, they developed their interests and refined their learnings. The new technology these days are so different from the old days. Unlike your grandparents, it was so challenging when they had to pick up a new technology. So these founders, when they were developing their interests, they were very young. They were able to train themselves and focus on their interests. Later on, they developed expertise and created an enormous empire. So now we're exposed to technology. If you learn and train, you will be ahead of many people. If you can utilize all the tools and resources at school or home, your success will be faster and greater. These are all ways to a solid foundation. This foundation will help you in your future career. Everything you learn now is all related to your future. Once you understand this, your vision and perspective will no longer be the same. Remember, when you go to the real world, you will be very busy and will not have enough time to train or spend with your parents. Your time will be limited due to work, marriage, and other things. The sooner you can learn, the faster you can be benefited in your life. Every stage of your life is the best opportunity to train yourself. For example, when you're playing video games, you say, "Okay, I heard what Master Son told me that everything I learn now would benefit me in the future, so when I play video games, I will pay attention to my quick reaction." When you play video games, you have a very fast reaction time. Can this skill translate into your daily life to help you react faster? You monitor yourself on how well you play video games and how much video games can help you react faster. For example, when you're in a meeting at work, your boss brings up an idea. If you're the first person to raise your hand and offer a good idea to your boss thinks it is a brilliant idea, and even if more people offer ideas, your idea will stand out. Because you are the first one and your idea is the best. Having said that, you can develop skills while playing video games. Remember to listen to your parents if they tell you not to play too much. Do you have self-discipline? What you're doing now affects your future. You must be mindful. Maybe in the past, you did things without paying much attention, and your performance was just okay. But now you listen to Master Son, and you start to shift your mindset. You realize that you need to develop as much capability as possible. Lastly, The examples I gave you earlier about Amazon, Facebook, and Google are all good examples. All the founders at the time were in their garage developing their interests that later became an empire. Because these people took advantage of their interests and developed and refined them further. Their interests became practical careers so they could have long-lasting success. When you understand this, you want to ask yourself, what are my interests? What are my strengths? Looking at your interests and strengths, you will ask yourself, how can I develop them, turn them into part of my life, and make them a valuable future? As long as you can find what you love and what you are good at, you can develop it. You will see that you become very different and outpace your peers more and more. This kind of practice is something that will help your success in life. The Winning the Trophy workshops are very important for helping you achieve your goals and win the trophy. To win the trophy is based on how much effort you put in. If you can start now, other people will not be able to catch up, because you have been a champion. Remember, stay humble and help everyone around you to become a champion. Never look down on others, and always help people in need. You will find that every day and every second, you are winning a trophy. No matter big or small, you're going to have a very successful life. From now on, you will enjoy a wonderful happy life. I hope you will learn and embed all the teachings into your life. Thank you for your participation, and I will see you next time.